What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So today I'm doing a video in response to some hate that's not even directed to me, but is directed at someone who has been kind and has had kind words, not only for myself, but also for Gunner. The individual I'm going to speak about, or I'm speaking about, is High Power Fitness. Shout out to High Power Fitness. You guys, do me a favor. If you're not already subscribed to High Power Fitness, do me a favor, go over there, go watch his newest video, subscribe to the channel, give him a like, and tell him Dubs sent you, okay? That's how we're gonna deal with haters that go at people who are kind to my channel and kind to Gunner's channel. Now, we're not gonna give any shine or mention the name of the hating channel. Some of you've seen it already, some of you haven't, most of you haven't, but it was sent to me. And it wasn't sent to me by High Power Fitness. He don't get down like that. He doesn't even know I'm making this video, okay? I spoke with Gunner this morning, and we're both gonna have our takes on this. Tell you right now, we're both gonna have our takes on this because we don't take kindly to it, right? So, High Power Fitness is a fitness channel. It's a guy with a past. He's from El Monte Flores. Shout out to El Monte Flores. And shout out to everybody in the SGV. And unlike Wes Watson and Big Boy and Cali Muscle, he's not charging you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. He's giving you righteous programs to get you in great shape. Whatever you're trying to do, he's going to help you with it. You know, and so one of his clients, one of the people on his team happens to be Gold Toes. I don't know Gold Toes, but shout out to Gold Toes. And being that they are friends, Gold Toes invited High Power Fitness out to one of his events. I'm assuming, I don't know, it was out of state somewhere. But he invited him over there, and High Power Fitness showed up as a guest of Gold Toes. And Gold Toes had other guests there. Gold Toes being from Northern California, a lot of the people there were from Northern California as well as Texas, right? It was by all accounts, it was a beautiful event. It was a respectful event. And yet you have this little boy making a video saying that High Power Fitness should have took off on the rapper Bands. Shout out to Bands. That he should have took off on Bands because Bands disrespected Lefty Gunplay. Bands disrespected supposedly all of the SGV. And for those two reasons, and he disrespected Lefty's mom. Well, let's get something straight. High Power Fitness is not Lefty Gunplay. And while the disrespect to his mom was fucked up, that's not High Power Fitness's mom. And Bands in his song never disrespected, never said anything ill towards the SGV, and damn sure didn't say anything about El Monte Flores. So where in a grown-ass man's mind is there a reason to be offended? High Power Fitness is OG. Okay, he's older than me. High Power Fitness has done his gangbanging thing. He's done his jail, his prison thing. And he's bettered himself and is trying to better others. And you have somebody with a petty mind thinking petty thoughts. You must be a little kid. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I started gangbanging in the late 80s, right? Around 87, okay? And I grew up in that era that I personally believe was the deadliest era. The 80s into the 90s, worst era, deadliest era. And I know for a fact in my neighborhood and my generation of my neighborhood, we weren't putting up with nothing. And you could go to the park or certain hangouts in my neighborhood, and there might be a dude that's from our rivals. And the first thing that's going to happen in my neighborhood, you know what was going to happen? Someone say, hey, what's that Vato doing here? Oh, so-and-so brought him. Oh, all right, Holmes. And it's respected. He's a guest. High Power Fitness was a guest. And he respected the host and those other people who were guests of the host. Now, I know a puny mind can't wrap that idea around its head, right? And its puny thoughts and its puny mind. But that's what people of respect do. That's how they conduct themselves. So shout out to High Power Fitness for being invited, for being acknowledged. You know, I feel like, again, I don't know Goto's, but I feel like anything he's involved in, there's certain cats from Southern California. And that's why this channel, I mean, we all pretty much know who you are. Your little pussy gets hurt whenever Goto's is involved, especially if he's involved with anything and there's a Southerner involved. I've seen where Baldacci did something. Shout out to Baldacci. Shout out to Florence. Baldacci did something with Goto's, and then it was that he turned on everybody. No, he didn't. Not at all. Baldacci's from one of the most well-known and violent barrios in the history of gangbanging, and he's loved there. So you think anybody outside of that gives a fuck about what some old suckerfish has to say? No, of course not. High Power Fitness is from an old, very well-respected neighborhood and is respected in his neighborhood. You think him or anybody he's cool with gives a fuck about what some old suckerfish has to say and what a suckerfish thinks this OG should have done? Why do these youngsters nowadays not respect their elders, the ones that paved the way for them, and instead of respecting what the elders did for them, instead they sag, they use the N-word, they wear tight-ass clothes, pluck their eyebrows, have funny hair. They're just like, everything the older homies did, the stilo that they had, fuck them. I just want to look like some fucking weird-ass dude and be tweaked out all day. I don't know, man. What's the point in gangbanging now? You guys should just have fashion shows and, like, have contests on who can say the N-word the most. Because it's the raza that are using the N-word more than blacks use N-word. It's ridiculous. So there should be competition. Instead of shooting, don't even use guns no more. Just N-word each other to death. And see whose pants can be the tightest and the saggiest at the same time. Who can have the worst haircut? That's what gangbanging should be nowadays, man. Who plucked their motherfucking eyebrows the best? These are the things you guys do now. A lot of youngsters, not all of them. Shout out to those youngsters that are schooled right. But the ones that aren't, man, don't talk about the OGs. Your neighborhood exists because of them. Your neighborhood is respected because of them. You know, a lot of the OGs, they did what they did what they had to do, spilt their own blood, spilt other people's blood. And I'm sure a lot of them would be okay if you didn't carry on the neighborhood name no more. If you carried on your own last name first, and then make that neighborhood look good by becoming a doctor, a scientist, an engineer, becoming millionaires and billionaires, becoming real estate moguls, Imagine, Holmes, if somebody could say, hey, that vato right there, Holmes, fuck, homie, they don't even gangbang no more. All they do is produce millionaires, homie. You know how many vatos will want to rank out of their gangbanging broke-ass neighborhood to go become a millionaire in that neighborhood? We just can't figure that out, right? Instead, we got dudes hating on a vato for being respectful to someone that's his friend. Imagine that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close, man. Hopefully you guys got the message. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.